Welcome to Wise Beyond Bitcoin, where you come for the crypto neo news, education, and opportunities and secret updates. Well, have an update and some opportunities. Now, can only cover so much. This is not financial advice. This is just entertainment, education. This is my research, not marital advice, not medical advice, just sharing my understandings of the years that I've spent in crypto and blockchain, making mistakes and learning and then making decisions that are right, sometimes from research, sometimes by accident, a lot of times both. And that being said, here's a platform to share that and hopefully an opportunity for others to be able to benefit from this knowledge as well. Pardon me. Okay, that being said, we cover DeFi, we cover DAOs, we cover a lot of different protocols. We're not maximalists. We look for what is innovative and what's pioneering and what's going to be around for the macro long term, what is safe and what is secure. And I have often said that one of those protocols, looking back especially in the last 2 years, is Hex. Hex is one of those smart contract protocols that if you look at the mechanics upon which it is built, it is very sound. Now, there have been questions by some people over what's called the originator address. That being said, in retrospect, however it's managed, has been managed well enough to benefit a lot of people who have joined that ecosystem. And as far as a winning record is concerned, and helping family and friends to financial freedom and crypto and blockchain, when there are scams and rug pulls and DAOs with treasuries that are run by unscrupulous and people that don't have, they're anonymous and they have no accountability. So this intro, obviously, one of the main protocols also that I'm very supportive of because of it being another supportive of human rights and privacy, and will continue as Secret Network and have a lot of content on that. But Hex and what they're doing with the EVM side, because Secret's IBC Cosmos, there's EVMOS that's coming to bring a bridge between the two. But when you go over to the EVM side and a lot of the issues that's been happening with Ethereum and gas and the smart contracts over there, and there have been other great layer one protocols that we cover, Phantom, Avalanche, and they are all there really to do a lot of the same thing, to take a load off of Ethereum on that EVM chain, the smart contracts that are built to that code. So I have to get this out now because there's been so much content. It's been difficult to catch up, and we're rebranding the site to be able to focus on certain protocols and networks. That being said, definitely don't want to leave people out. Anything that I understand to benefit others, I would like to share. And the whole purpose of the channel and why we like to get into education and the macroeconomic outlook of protocols is their ability to solve problems, creative destruction, displacement, their economic viability and utility. So if it comes to a monetary alternative, you look at the tokenomics and other things. Well, as far as the tokenomics of Hex, of course, do your own research to be your own bank. And that's not, this video is not about going into those details, because the reality is there are so many YouTube channels and people out there that explain it and have explained it and are dedicated to it so much that it doesn't make sense. But to give it love and support and appreciation, absolutely. And to share the knowledge when I can of something special that's going on. Now, better late than never. I'm getting this video. I don't want to make thumbnails, so I actually have a thumbnail made, have them made for me when I put out this content. But I have a thumbnail made already, so I can get this out before the day is over with, because there is a sacrifice happening, and I am going to talk about that. Now, in cryptocurrency, a lot of times there are people who may have said, well, I've never even heard of that, because if you're on CoinMarketCap and you're doing research and you're scrolling through the projects, you'll notice that you don't see Hex anywhere in the top 10, in the top 15, in the top 20. You don't see it in the top 100. And there's an issue of gatekeeping of information and how certain things are calculated and not calculated on purpose, and who owns these sites, and who benefits, why they would benefit from listing and not listing certain things. And not going to spend time going down that rabbit hole, but you can come over here to another site and you can find clearly in the top 10 Hex. And it does exist. It's on Uniswap and it has been around, and that price is accurate and people can swap. So why it's not calculated, how certain things, that's a different story. But that's why I want to make sure that at least to say congratulations to Richard Heart and the Hex community, because it's very community driven, like great protocols, decentralized protocols are, which is why I'm so very happy and glad to be a part of the secret network and the strong community and the ethos. The privacy is a right. And I love that the community in Hex, they're also bound, and Richard Heart as well, to make the world a better place and use blockchain technology in a viable way. So this is great to see what's going on. And what's going on is the launch of PulseChain. PulseChain is an EVM that has been crafted meticulously and developed to be superior to most of the other EVMs out there now, like roads on interstates, out there in the world. It benefits to have more roads so more people can travel, and it's not a winner takes all. But there are some that maybe will have more adoption based on their utility. And PulseChain, pardon me, has been designed to be the chain to move over and operate a lot of these Ethereum-based assets. It gets better than that because PulseChain is built with a fork of every ERC20 that's built on Ethereum. So for all those Ethereum tokens you're holding in your wallet, and all those ERC20 tokens, when PulseChain launches, there will be a fork of that on PulseChain, which is a very unique, innovative concept, very innovative to add value and bring value onto a chain. You hear of airdrops all the time. So this needs to be a major airdrop announcement alone for that. Now you have Hex, which has been one of the, if not the most successful by price appreciation and people creating financial freedom for many people in the last 1 to 2 years, in the last 2 years for sure. And I don't know if between 1 year, another crypto had a outperforming year between one to an X, but over the 2-year period, I'm quite sure nothing has outperformed Hex. And overall, it's been very consistent from its genesis. Now, here's my caveat, because there's a bias. I've been involved in Hex not as early as the people from its genesis, but I have been involved in it for a bit of a time, and I've been involved in many projects to learn and see which ones work and which ones don't. Hex has been one of the most, if not the most, successful project that I have had the pleasure to participate and join. Now, do your own research, and past performance doesn't mean anything about the future. That being said, one of the reasons why I say this, why I made the decision when I did to go into Hex, was because in my years of doing research and learning and understanding what I can, which is limited, my background in economics and finance and then permaculture does not translate always into web development and developers and Rust and Solidity and understanding languages, computing languages. For me to know how to download a crypto wallet and send and receive and write a private, that is a feat. And to even be able to make a video and record it, as you can see, our editing studio is high tech, is a feat in and of itself. So why am I going with this? I'm saying that for education, I would recommend going to Richard Heart and subscribing to his channel and listening to some of his videos. Go back to some of his older videos. He has a lot of videos where he is being interviewed, or he's just talking about his understanding of the problems with the limitations of Ethereum or EVM or smart contracts in general, blockchain, centralization, decentralization, wallet address. His knowledge is very, very deep and wide when it comes to this. And I've learned a lot. I have learned so much from him. And when I learn from people and I respect what they share and the reason why they share it, then I will support that. And he has a history of doing things for charity and to make the world a better place in not the most mainstream ways, which I appreciate that it's done for more practical and ethical reasons and not conventional. And that's something that I've always appreciated about his decisions. One of them about when you have a lot of walks for cancer and a lot of medical charities out there that are there to, promote certain treatments and things that seem to not fix the problem. He was working to promote charity to help people live longer and to help figure out how to actually help elongate life and not just patch over problems. And currently what this is about is PulseX is designed, the sacrifice is also, now PulseX is the Uniswap, the exchange built on PulseChain that's launching, and whatever one sacrifices, they will get some quantity of PulseX tokens, which will be like the Uniswap tokens. It'll be the exchange tokens of the PulseX exchange. Now that you can use those to provide liquidity, that who knows what else will be used for, governance. And what I was going to say is, when you listen to, if you listen to Richard Heart, he's very intellectually honest. And there was a time when he was a Bitcoin maximalist. And I remember watching his videos when I first started getting into crypto back in 2017 and started doing a lot of research and just listening to the OGs. Now, Richard Hart's been in crypto a lot longer than I have, and as many people have. And I've been able to learn a lot. So it's always good to stand on the shoulders of the giants that come before and learn from other people in the ecosystem that have their stuff together. And I would put him in that category of someone who has had his stuff together and has been building out some successful projects they show so far. Now, PulseX. What am I excited about PulseX? One of the things I also appreciate about Richard Hart is talking about the real world problems in not just crypto, but in the real world, and how crypto and blockchain are supposed to be solutions. Now, if you remember early on, before Coinbases and Geminis and all these commercial mainstream, tax commercial operations for now crypto friendly investing, that Bitcoin was supposed to be a solution to corrupt monetary systems and banking systems that had impoverished or helped misallocate resources and harm people economically speaking. So in that regard, to many people now are like, oh, look, I can get rich by this. And there's been some people have forgotten what a lot of the potential and purpose, which is something we like to stick to in our channel, which is why Secret Network is one of the highlights, main protocols, and its decentralized and privacy focused nature. And you can look at what Hex has done for a more efficient monetary standard on Ethereum, and what's being built on top of that, the layer with PulseX, PulseChain, and PulseX, a whole ecosystem to support. This has potential, not financial advice, potential to help not just increase the success for those that are in the Hex community, but also for those that in a lot of EVM communities that are going to be able to use PulseChain. His intention is that PulseChain is going to be something that many platforms who've suffered the high gas fees, and I've witnessed firsthand smart contract protocols that even $100, $500 or $600 put into a protocol a year ago, which you would think, wow, that must be great. A year later, because of gas fees, you can't pull it out. and regardless of what the price is right now. So it doesn't make sense. And so when you see people lose money, literally lose money because A, a rug pull, or B, because the network has gotten so expensive, the money that was put in there is not accessible because the fees to access it are so high, then you have to give credit where credit is due to projects that appreciate so much that the gas fees almost are negligible. That being said, still work to come up with solutions for those gas fees. Okay, so I'm going to leave all these links below because it is educational channel information, and so you should do your own research. And I recommend, if you have time, these are hour long. You have to be able to sit. I put things on 1.5, 2 times speed when I listen to stuff, even myself, if I have to timestamp it. And the way it works is just sit back and listen to him talk about crypto or blockchain. There's a lot that you can learn about. Even when people ask him questions, it's great when people try to stump him or ask him, because he understands what he built very well and what it's built for. So when others don't, you can see clearly that there's nothing to hide. There is hex.com. This is how you can purchase pretty much Hex directly. And of course, after you acquire Hex, you can still stake it natively to earn high APY on the Ethereum chain. And I will leave this link below. Talk about what is Hex. The future of investing is here. And the first blockchain CD of its kind, highest appreciating asset so far. That I'm quite certain that's it for the last couple of years. Hex removes middleman. It's all smart contract. It's already built. There are no private keys that can change the code or change the rate, the interest rate, and it's set. The Hex share, the T share price, all that inflation rate, it's set. Hex pays 40% APY on average, and that's due to how many people stake and how many people end stake early. That can fluctuate and change, but it has a high APY at the moment. Now, on top of that, you've got the price appreciation potential. And follow these steps. It's got all the steps. Install MetaMask, buy ETH, trade for Hex, stake it. Okay, now you don't have to only stake it. That's what this video is about. At the moment, you can come over to PulseX.com and you can sacrifice. So a sacrifice is taking cryptocurrency and that has a value and donating it, burning it, so to speak, and not expecting anything of value in return. That's right. You're not going to get anything of value in return. You're going to get PulseX tokens, but PulseX tokens have no value. There's no monetary value. There's no peg. There's no dollars, no 50 cents. You get this many. It's just based upon the number of tokens that are going to exist, distributed evenly based upon the dollar value of what was donated. And you'll get that PulseX to your wallet. The value of the PulseX is going to occur organically and naturally. The market will decide as people use PulseChain, if they do, and that's how it will happen. It'll just become a price that finds itself if it's to be of value. But there is nothing of value being promised in return for important reasons, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'll tell you what's great, and what I think is part of blockchain and cryptocurrency. I feel this is one of the major problems in the world that has existed for a while, and blockchain has the ability to solve it many ways. And I love that Richard Heart, and through PulseX, is bringing light to this and saying you are sacrificing to prove how strongly you believe in the right of human assembly. And it's talking about freedom of movement. It's talking about families. You read in history books when you're growing up that, wives, husbands, children, people are separated from their loved ones because they couldn't cross the Berlin Wall. They couldn't go past this border or this wall without certain papers. And this limited movement for labor, for travel, has caused a lot of issues, and wars have been fought, and human trafficking, slave trafficking, prostitution, a lot of genocide, horrible things happen when people are forcibly contained or prevented from moving freely. And this is just a beautiful thing. How it's achieved and sometimes it takes a little bit at a time, but to bring light and to work towards this goal is itself is a beautiful thing. So this is great. Oh, he even explains it right here. Some countries tax their citizens when they receive things of value. PulseX designed to start with no value. So you're not receiving anything of value, which is ideal. Consult with your own, this is none of this is nothing I'm saying is legal, commercial, or financial advice. I don't understand any of that. As nothing written here should be considered professional advice. Exactly. The only thing we know, the only thing we know of set to be airdropped for free to this political group so far is PulseX. If we hear about other cool things, we'll let you know. So it's possible that if you sacrificed early to support this, that you may have your address and you may get an NFT or you may get another airdrop down the road. There's not saying that. There's no guarantee. I have no Richard Hart Alpha, but that happens often. And I will say that the Hex community, being one of the most successful communities out there, is also one of the more generous. And I wouldn't be surprised to see things that are to reward early supporters of successful projects if this should so be successful, right? Okay, what do? So you'll scroll up, I'll leave the link below, you'll click open PulseX info, and you'll see that where am I at? Step 1 of 3, Binance Smart Chain, Ethereum, Avalanche, Polygon, Ethereum Classic. You can send from many of these networks. And when you choose Ethereum, you can send several smart contracts, several ERC20 tokens. Which ones? You'll have to come find out yourself because, well, let's see. We can connect that and let me see if I can carefully cover the address. Not that it's a big deal. Okay, well, it's kind of not a big deal. I'm making it a big deal. Okay, there you go. It's really not a big deal. So there you go. Avalanche, Binance Smart Chain, Binance Chain, Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash. You choose the network that you use, right? Now, if you're going to use Ethereum, click Ethereum. And you hit, this is what you're going to send to from your MetaMask wallet. This is the address that things are being sacrificed to. And you can see all these different tokens that you can take. Badger, BAT, Basic Attention Token. You can take Matic, the Gemini USD, Hex, Chainlink, Wise, Wrapped Ether, Sushi Token, Shiba Inu, Wrapped Luna, Fox, UST. But don't send something that's not on this list. It's got to be on this list, or else you're not sacrificing. You're sacrificing, but you're not sacrificing. You understand what I'm saying? You're getting rid of something, but you're not getting PulseX for it, and that's not what you want to do. I don't think. If not, you can. I'll give you a different address below. There's an address that says ETH, and you can burn it down there in the description below. Okay. You're going to click I sent them, and it's going to say congratulations, you made your political statement, sacrifice some more. And that's what's up. That's what's going on. I felt compelled that if I'm going to talk about crypto opportunities all over the blockchain and what's happening and how blockchain and crypto are here to make the world a better place, and what's the best thing that you can do to protect yourself and your family and have financial freedom. And it's the financial freedom that allows people to build and co-create to make the world a better place and do other things. So that is absolutely part of it. And I love that he makes no mistake about the part of helping people achieve financial freedom and wealth, while also creating something that's not a scam or a rug pull, that is there to be built for the long term and sustainable. So hopefully we can all see this grow together and see a lot of these goals be achieved. As I said, again, I recommend you subscribe to his channel and his Twitter and other. If you want to know the details of Hex and everything Hex, then definitely look into a lot of the Hexicans. I've got dual citizenship, you understand, so I don't speak the language as fluently as many others, so definitely follow them, but I will keep up to date on the big information as it comes across, as I like to do, share it with you guys, keep you informed. This is definitely something that you shouldn't miss on. You shouldn't be ignored. I know a lot of popular mainstream crypto ambassadors out there, influencers, have not really been speaking of this, but I'm not a main crypto influencer. We're educators, and our background is in economics and finance. We're looking at markets and things that are disruptive. The reality is that when you look in a lot of crypto, there's a lot of forks, and not all forks are bad, but there's a lot of copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. So when you're really reading through the white papers and the gray papers, when you're reading through these teal papers and yellow papers and all the different color ones, you want to make sure that you find something that is actually doing something that's helping, like providing utility, adding a use case, serving a cause, serving a purpose, and innovating, pardon me, in some way. So, all right, I'm going to get this video out quickly so this can be out in time. And I'll tell you why I'd like to get out in time, because where can I go for that really neat, there it goes. Well, there you go. There's an hour and 20 something minutes left. I'll get this out so fast that there will be an hour left, but it doesn't matter. It increases 5%. That means the whole day, you still get 95% the value, and then 90% the next day. And it goes like that for 20 days until it ends. So it's still, you will find not a bad idea. Anytime in here, you're still early to the game. Anytime in here right now, you're early. Here, you're still early. Anytime in here before it launches, you're still one of the Genesis addresses. Even if at the very end, you came in and you had to pay, see, for that 10,000 sacrifice points, $10. You came in, just put a little bit at the end, just to say, put a little love to support freedom of assembly and freedom of movement, just to help the cause. I wouldn't be surprised, from what I've seen in his projects, I wouldn't be surprised if whoever came in here and just found about it at the last day is like, oh, I want to be a part. If their Genesis address being a part of this cause and helping grow this new network turns out to be very rewarding. But it could just be a feather in the hat, so we'll find out. All right. But I think that covers everything that I wanted to cover for this video. I want to get out there quickly. And if you like this kind of information that you think will help provide that financial freedom and promote a better world, harmonious solutions in blockchain and crypto, hit the subscribe, the notification bell, whatever. If you're a Hexagon, or if you're an IBC cosmonaut, if you're a secret agent, because I will be absolutely staying on top as a fellow secret agent. I will be maintaining premier alpha drop content on the secret network and what's going on to bring privacy to the blockchain. And for all those Hexagons out there, don't forget that Evmos is coming and connecting Ethereum and the Ethereum virtual machine to the IBC Cosmos ecosystem. And sure, it would be a beautiful thing to bring the value in that ecosystem and help provide a little wrapped secret privacy. They already have Link, they already have Mana, they already have Bitcoin, Monero. Why not? Why is Hex not wrapped on the secret network? Hexagons, you know that you should be bringing Hex over to the secret network. And if you want to know like specifically what I'm talking about, I'll open up a new tab, which I thought I just did. Oh, there it goes. Secret swap. And I think even, I don't think Sienna swap as well are two decentralized or two dexes that Secret is just about to blow up with its supernova launch at the end of 2021, NFTs and everything that's launching right now. We know how much Richard Hart loves those NFT JPEGs, but Richard Hart, with your background and your understanding of technical nuances, I think you might find that the secret NFTs, being that they are different than all other EVM NFTs with their private metadata and unique applications for medical records and other things, you may find that they are actually something to appreciate. And if so, I have an NFT from the secret network for you. Okay, let's see here. But what else? I think that about covers. Oh, I was going to show you. This is a shout out to the Hexicans to say what I'm talking about here. What I'm talking about is for people that are coming in to earn, you know that there could be some great APR reward coming for Hex liquidity pools and helping bring Hex to the secret privacy smart contract blockchain ecosystem. Huge. Talk to me. Tell me, drop in the comments, say how that would be cool to see, not just see Atom, Luna, Osmo, Rune, right? Chainlink, Polkadot, come on, Dive Mana, Ocean. We've got so much Yearn Finance there. Hex, wow, Hex, with as dominant as Hex has been and as innovative, and looking at how innovative and what Secret is poised to do, let us collaborate and bring these great projects and minds and together and see what we can create here. Freedom of movement, privacy, blockchain at its finest. If you appreciate this content, you can subscribe, notification, all that good stuff. And if you're just having a whale of a time in crypto and you're appreciating the value of this content, you know what to do with those addresses below. We are working to improve our site so that we can streamline consulting for those who want private one-on-one education and walkthroughs in DeFi. And for those who want group lessons, we can arrange that as well. It's for the whole family and for friends to understand how to work through Web 3.0. Till the next time, have a beautiful day and namaste, y'all.